Good evening, everyone. Happy Tuesday and welcome to Dreamstruck. Tonight, I am so excited to introduce our very special guest. I know that some of the panelists are not here. Debbie Pitts-Palmer had a really big event that she's waited 12 years to land. So she's been working that today. She might be listening in, but might not be able to participate, and that's okay. And then also Emily Goodneck, she's another superstar director panelist. She enjoyed Disney for the first time when we went to SSD Summit, not Summit, last month, that she booked a trip for her family. So if you're friends with her on Facebook, oh my goodness, it's going to be fun to follow her pictures. So the rest of us should be here. Let's go ahead and check in. Amber, you here?
I'm here just doing a few more posts to get people on. Yeah,
excellent.
Thank you. Everyone's doing great tonight.
Wonderful. All right. And I think I saw Kelly. Kelly, you're here?
Yes, ma'am.
Excellent. I think Dorothy's on. Can't remember. I think she might have had another engagement as well. And Carol should be on. We're going to go ahead. Yay. All right. Hey, Carol. All right. So let's go ahead and jump into this. Without further ado, our guest speaker tonight, her name is Yvonne. My middle name is Yvonne. So she's Yvonne. And she is amazing. Yeah, it is. So we have something in common, right? She is absolutely phenomenal. She is a wife, she's a mother, and she's also a grandmother. She loves being a grandmother. She's, with all of that, she works Scentsy full time, and she was a global top 75 earner. So she was in the Netherlands with us. She loves playing cards. Her on a trip, get to play some carding that. She's a beautiful soul and she is super duper smart. Tonight, she's going to talk to us about her Vizzlie parties. So Yvonne, I keep wanting to say Yvonne, thank you so much for joining us tonight, and the floor is yours.
All right, thank you for having me. I'm super excited to share with you guys tonight. Facebook parties are kind of my jam, so I'd love to share with you. If you would just save your questions till the end, I would be happy to answer any questions that you might have, but hopefully throughout my talk, I will answer a lot of them too. So like Teresa said, my name is Yvonne Gritten. I'm a superstar director with Team Blessed Beyond Belief from Fairfield, California. I've been with Scentsy for 13 years. And when I started Scentsy, my sister was my upline. And I remember her telling me from the very beginning that if I sold $2,000 in 1 month, that Scentsy would give me a 5% bonus. And I don't know if I was greedy or competitive or what, but I love a goal. And so I made that my goal every month. And actually, I've done that every month since. Every month for 13 years, I've sold at least $2,000. Later in my Scentsy career or whatever, I added to that $2,000 and 2 new team members. And most recently, I've added 2 new Scentsy Club subscribers. So I have that as my goal each month, 2, 2, and 2. And in doing that, I've just been able to build my business consistently. And I've earned every incentive since I started. I've earned annual sales award every year. Annual mentor award 3 years, and like Teresa said, I just got back from the top 75. So this goal of $2,000 has helped me tremendously throughout my career, and I know it can help you too. And if you are thinking, I didn't start with that goal, or I can barely sell $200, how am I going to sell $2,000? I'm going to give you one of my best tricks, and that is through Facebook parties. So Scentsy is a party plan company, so you need to be partying some way. Back in the day, I used to do a lot of home parties and events, but when COVID hit, I kind of had to reinvent the wheel like a lot of you. And I started doing those bingo parties, right? I called them Quarantingo Bingos, and they were super fun and people loved them. And it helped me a lot getting through COVID with those. And then I moved on to those scavenger hunt parties people were doing. And then I just decided, gosh, those were fun, but a little bit of a novelty. And I just need to come up with a good Facebook party. And I had tried Facebook parties in the past. I hadn't been super successful with them, was lucky if I got $200 in sales sometimes. And I kind of felt like it was a waste of my time and my hostess's time doing them. So I kind of just got away from doing them. But I figured with that time that I had at home during COVID that I was going to revamp my Facebook parties. So I went online. watched a lot of Google videos from you guys or YouTube videos and took ideas from here and ideas from there and added my ideas. And I came up with a 7-day Facebook party that works really well for me. Usually my Facebook parties are always over $500 in sales. Oftentimes they're over $1,000 in sales, and I have really good luck flipping my hostesses as well. So you might be thinking that that sounds great, but how am I going to do a Facebook party? So I'm going to give you a really good tool. And basically it is a Facebook group. It's called Samples Stop and Shop, and it's my mock Facebook party group. You're welcome to go over there and join, and invite your team members if you want to too. Just please answer the membership questions so I don't have to physically approve all of you guys, but if you answer the questions, you'll be automatically approved. Again, it's called Sample Stop and Shop. And in this Facebook party group, I give you everything that you need to do a Facebook party. I do videos on how to make a Google form, videos on how to use Vizzlie. I give you the posts, what I post each day, the Sunday before the party, the Tuesday before the party, the time I post it. It's all in there with the graphics and the post. Also, what's in there in the files section is something called, I think it's called Host Coaching Private Messages. And those are the messages that I send my hostesses every morning of the party to coach them throughout the party, because that's super important to get your hostesses buy-in so that they are doing that too. So that's in there. One thing that I would say, if you go into that group, it's all broken down by topics. So go to the topics and then look under Facebook Party Overview. And all of those posts are going to be like the posts on how to make a Google form with a step-by-step video, show you how to do that. How to use Vizzlie with a step-by-step video, how to make party packs or what I put in my party packs. All that information is in the Facebook Party Overview. And then everything else under topics is broken down by date of when I post everything. And then when I went to this Orlando retreat with Teresa, everybody got excited about doing the Facebook parties, and all of a sudden I felt, and they booked them right there, and they had 3 weeks and they had a date that they were going to do them, and I felt like a mama hen, like, oh my gosh, now I want to walk these girls through this Facebook party step by step. So there's another topic in there that I just added, and it's called Let's Party. And basically it walks you through from about 2 weeks before you're going to start your Facebook party, what to do every day. So it's Let's Party post number 1, post number 2, post number 3. Starts as simple as ordering your catalogs and your rub and smell stickers from the Consultant Family Store, to setting up Vizzlie, to making a Facebook cover photo, just everything. I'm just walk you right through it. So be sure to check that out. But everything is there for you. So you don't have to write anything down right now or throughout my presentation, because it's going to be there for you. And then I want to talk about Vizzlie and why I use Vizzlie. How many of you guys use Vizzlie? A lot of you already use Vizzlie. So Vizzlie to me is like having a personal assistant. It's basically a program that schedules posts in Facebook groups for you. So not in events, but in Facebook groups. And I'll tell you, I was a little leery about using Vizzlie at first, only because back in the day when I used to do Facebook parties, I used SendShare to schedule my posts. And one time I was doing like 4 Facebook parties at a time, and SendShare got me thrown in Facebook jail. And I was in Facebook jail during the middle of my Facebook parties. And to this day, I still can't post my website on Facebook because of that. But I have some workarounds around that if anybody ever comes into that position. But so I didn't really want to use Vizzlie, even though I saw people were doing it. And but what happened was I was doing like 3 or 4 parties, and the night before I was copying and pasting posts and scheduling them with Facebook into my parties. And it was a time sucker, and it just took too much time. I could be doing other things. So I jumped on the bandwagon and I went over and figured Vizzlie out. And the coolest thing about Vizzlie, I think, is that you can share your codes. So all those posts that are in my sample stop and shop, you don't even have to copy and paste them. All you have to do is take my Vizzlie code and go to Vizzlie and import my template. And then guess what? In your Vizzlie, you're gonna have my 7-day Facebook party. Everything's gonna be there for you. And it's gonna make it super easy for you. And it's going to make it super easy if you need to train your teammates on how to do a Facebook party too, because you can share that code with them. So that's one of the things that I love most about Vizzlie. The other thing I love most about Vizzlie is I can do more than one party at a time. Let's face it, and this happens all the time. You can have 4 parties going and you can send the hostesses the exact same thing, treat them the exact same way, but you might have a party that's a flop. You might have a party that sells 1,000. You might have a party that sells 300. So when you do more than one party at a time, it just helps your odds of having a successful week that week. One time I did 7 Vizzlie parties at once in 1 week. And you can do that with Vizzlie because they're scheduling all the posts for you. So all you have to do is interact with your host and your guests. But that week where I sold 700, or what am I trying to say? That week when I had 7 Vizzlie parties, my PRV that month was $9,700. And that was after I flipped 2 hostesses and gave them $2,000 of my PRV. So it works. Vizzlie is priceless. I think some people also don't do it because it costs like $10 a month to join, but it's worth every penny, and you will get that back threefold. I almost guarantee you. If you're having a hard time recruiting, Facebook parties will help you with that too. I will tell you, last October, I recruited 4 people, and last November, I recruited 5 people. All of those people were from Facebook parties. Now, 2 of them I actually met at events, but at those events, they scheduled a Facebook party with me. So I'm kind of thinking they joined because of the Facebook party, basically, and the results of it. So you never know, when you have Facebook parties, you're going to meet all of these people from around the country that your hostess is going to introduce you to that you didn't even know were potential recruits. I know when the incentive came out for top 75, and I was like, how am I going to get those 8,000 sponsoring points? I feel like I've asked all my customers if they want to be, but guess what? I only was able to do it because I recruited people from my Facebook parties. People I didn't even know at that time came into my life and into my Scentsy business because of that. So if you haven't flipped a hostess yet, or flipped a party, you're going to want to learn how to do that. And I have a YouTube video on how to do that that's in the sample stop and shop. But once you do that, you're going to want to do it over and over because it's easy, it's fun, and I think it's the best tool Scentsy ever gave us for recruiting. So this is what I do, my little magic recruiting tip for my Facebook parties. The Wednesday before the party starts, when I'm setting up the party link and the Facebook group and all of that, I send my hostesses a message, and it basically says, I'm setting up your group, and I just want to know if you want to just earn free product or if you want to earn free product and commission on your party. And then I give them 2 choices, and it says choice A, with a $500 party, you're going to earn $75 in free product and 3 half-price items. Or choice B, with a $500 party, you can earn a host exclusive starter kit worth over $155 in product and supplies using $59 of your product credit. You still have, how much do we have left? You still have $16 in free product, 4 half-price items. You can have all of the parties booked from your party, and we can turn your VIP group into, or your Facebook party group into your VIP group at the end, so you already have a customer base built. And then I just say choice A or choice B. It's as easy as that. That's all I say. Oftentimes they'll come back and they'll say choice A, and that's okay, because guess what? I'm going to ask them again at the end of the party when we have their actual party numbers. But right now, if they say choice B, what I'm going to do is set their party up instead of Sue's Scentsy Stop and Shop. Now I'm going to set it up as Sue's Scentsy Grand Opening. And here's another fun little Vizzlie trick. I have a Vizzlie code for Scentsy Grand Opening. And basically it's my Facebook party, but it's tweaked a little bit so the wording's different. So instead of saying, let's help Sue earn free product and half-price items, it's let's help Sue get her business off to a good start. So that is available for you over there. And then on Sunday, when the party actually closes and she has $1,000 in sales, I ask her again, instead of saying you have $1,000 in sales and you earned $150 in free product credit and 4 half-price items, I give her choices again. Choice A, $150 for half-price items, or choice B, the Host exclusive starter kit worth $155 using $59 of your credit. You still have $91 in free product, 5 half-price items, plus you're going to get $250 in commissions on the 10th of next month, plus 3 of your friends booked parties, which you can have to get your business off to a good start, and we'll turn your VIP group into, I just said it again, you turn your Facebook group into your VIP group, choice A or choice B. And at that point, they can hardly say A, right? They can hardly say A because it's so good. It's such a good offer. So oftentimes that is when I actually flip my hostesses. The best thing about flipping hostesses then is that you've already set them up for success. If it's $1,000 party, on their first day, when you click that button, they've already earned the Shooting Star Award and they've already promoted to certified consultant and earned their first promotion and a raise. And if you're going for an incentive, guess what? You're going to get the points for her promoting to certified. And if it's not during an incentive period, you're going to get $25 for the Shooting Star Trainer Award. So it's a win-win. And you actually trained them on how to do a party already because they've seen it firsthand how to do it. Now you're going to throw them over in the sample Stop and Shop group and they're going to have all the resources that they need. And hopefully you've booked some parties for them so they're just going to get off to a great start. So it works out super really well. So now that I kind of told you how that all works and everything, I just want to go through kind of what my Facebook party looks like so you get a little overview. So I book my parties every other week. I start them every other Monday. This gives me a little reprieve in between to get the next party set up. You could do them back to back, but it might make you kind of crazy. Maybe in the future do them back to back, but from now I would just do them like every other week. So basically on Monday, I'm sending out my Hostess party pack, and I'll just give you just a quick little visual, but this is what a party pack looks like to me for guests. And then hostesses get a little something extra in there. They get a Hostess tic-tac-toe, which is kind of a game that encourages them to do certain things to make their party successful. So that's what I do on Monday. On Wednesday, I send them that message and get their party set up. On Thursday, I send them a private message, invite them to the group, and tell them how to start inviting their friends to the party. And again, that's in the Hostess private coaching in the files section. I give them specific instructions on how to do that. You don't want them to just go in and start inviting all their friends. And then guess what happens? Facebook blocks them from inviting anybody else to the party because they've just been pushing those little buttons. So I ask them to invite 10 people at a time and then go and send those people a private message saying, I just invited you to my party. My Scentsy lady is going to be sending you a Facebook friend request. Please accept it, so on and so on. So that goes on from Thursday to Sunday. The hostess has until Sunday night to try to get at least 15 people to join our party. I have found that 15 is the magic number to get to a $500 party. So just in my experience, if they have 15 people join their party, they're probably going to get to that $500. And in that time when she's inviting people, every time somebody joins the party, I am sending them a Facebook friend request, and then I'm sending them a private message. And the private message says basically, thanks for coming to Sue's party. It's going to start on Monday over in this Facebook group, and I put the little link there. I tell them to print out a party points page and to request their party pack and give them a Google form link. And then I just say something like, can't wait to get the party started on Monday. And so I'm doing that. So starting to build a relationship with those people and getting them prepped for the party so that it's successful. On Monday, we start the party. I mail out the party packs to the guests, and the posts start posting from Vizzlie. And then guess what I do? I just interact with the guests and my hostess. So I ask my hostess to comment on my posts. And when she does, I don't just hit like or love you don't just hit like or love, you want to comment back. So let's say it's a bonus point opportunity and it's a little graphic that says, which warmer would you choose? It's one of those little cute living rooms and it has which warmer would you choose? And if somebody says glisten, I don't dislike or love. I say, oh my gosh, I love glisten too. You should see it when it's lit up, how pretty it glows. And then I add a styled picture of glisten. I have lots of styled pictures of lots of products. So I always try to add a little more so they can see it, how it's used in people's decor, and to keep the interaction and keep it fun that way. Constantly just interacting like that. Also, if somebody orders, I am posting a thank you post saying thanks for your order, reminding them to give themselves their party points for placing an order, doing a graphic, a little cute thank you graphic, and then also posting a picture of everything they ordered. Not like a bar of coconut lemongrass, but if they ordered 2 bars, I'll post a picture of a 6-pack, you know, a cute one of those styled pictures, post a picture of everything they ordered so people can see what other people are ordering. And then I pop on over to my Hostess private message and I say, hey, Sue just placed an order. Be sure to go over and thank her in the thank you post that I just posted. And I also update them then of what their party total is. So I'll say, oh my gosh, you're already at $350 and you've already earned this. So that gets your hostess excited. And then I go back over into the group and do another little post, basically updating everybody on the party goal. So I'm updating them on the party goal all week long. So yay, we're at 350 of our $500 party goal. Let's make sure Sue earns lots of free stuff so she can go on her Scentsy shopping spree. And then I say, when you're ready to order, here's the link. And then I'll post the party link there. And then I'll post a little graphic updating the party goal. So that keeps the momentum going there. And it also keeps the party link kind of in their face so they know where to go when it's time to order. And then the last orders come in on Sunday night. I give them a deadline for Sunday night because I think people need a deadline. But I will tell you, if there is a Monday LTO, I'll let my hostesses know that I'm going to extend the party. I don't tell the guests yet because, like I said, I think they need a deadline. But Monday morning, I'll do a post saying, yay, the party's been extended because we just introduced our Father's Day collection. And I wanted you guys to be able to, or get in on the 30% off on the bars or something like that. So giving them a little opportunity to pad that information from their, or pad the total for their hostess. And then on Monday, basically, I close that party with my hostess. And guess what else I do? I send out hostess party packs to my next set of hostesses. And then the whole thing starts again. So that's basically how it goes. And if you're saying that sounds great, but I can't even get anyone to host a party with me, here's my little tip. I would just say start by hosting a party yourself. If you have a VIP group, host a party in your VIP group. If you haven't done that before, I think it's important to do that because when you're asking people in your VIP group if they want to host a Facebook party, they may not even know what you're talking about. They just don't even know. So that, why would they say yes, right? But if you actually have one in your VIP group, first of all, it gets you having one. So that's your first party. And the best place to book a party is from a party, right? But it's also going to show them what it's like. And you could even make it a mystery hostess party. So somebody's going to earn the free stuff. So that makes it fun. But have one in your own VIP group. And then on Thursday of my Facebook parties, I have a magic post that makes you book more parties. So you're going to use that in your VIP party, right? So I wait until Thursday to do it because that gives them some time during the week to see what the party's like. They're having fun, people are interacting, the hostess is earning free things. And then Thursday night, my magic post is basically a picture of some pretty warmers. I think there's 25 of them on this post. It's in my thing, so you can go check it out. But it basically, the post says, if you could choose one of these warmers for free, which one would you choose? And I give them five bonus points for commenting, and I say, wait for a special message from me. So when they comment on that, because they will, because they want their party points. I forgot to talk about party points too. I'll do that in a second, remind me. then hop on over to the private message because it's a special. So you got to do it one-on-one. And I basically say, thanks for commenting on my free warmer post. I wanted to let you know that I'm having a booking special right now. And if you book a party with me, I'll give you a free warmer of your choice with a qualifying $200 party. And then I'll say my next round of parties is starting on June 6th. Do you want me to mail you a party pack next week? And that's all I say, but it's a magic post and I always get parties booked from that party. And then I use my perpetual party reward to pay for that warmer. I don't limit it except that I'll put a little asterisk that licensed products aren't available only because I use my perpetual party reward on it. So I can't use that for the licensed products. And then I just pay the extra, you know, so if it's a $50 warmer and I pay $25 or I get it for $25, I pay the extra because I'm my vice president of marketing, I'm my vice president of advertising, and I don't mind spending $25 to get me another party booked. So between having a party in your VIP group, between booking more parties from that, and then here's the other thing, you don't have to wait to have a party to use that post, right? At the retreat, everybody got on their little phones right then and used that magic post. If you could choose one of these warmers for free, which one would you choose? They did it on their Instagram and they did it in their text and they blasted it out in their project broadcast and on their Facebook timeline, and they booked parties like that right there. So set a date that you want to have your party. I would say like 3 weeks out, and then get on over into my thing and start doing those let's party posts 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'll walk you through how to get prepared for it. And I can almost guarantee you that you're going to start this really fun snowball effect in your business, and you're going to be really busy with parties, with PRV, with new recruits. And I hope you do. I hope you'll try it. So that's all I have to share, but I would be happy to answer any questions that you might have.
Thank you, Yvonne. So I'm going to turn this over to some of our panelists, and we will begin with our questions. And if anyone else has questions, feel free to put it in the chat, and we'll monitor that and get your questions asked. So who would like to start with the first question?
I'll go. Yvonne,
Okay.
Kelly, I have not had the pleasure of meeting you yet, so I can't wait for that. But thank you for your information. It's super helpful. And my question, I think, would be, how often do you update that? Is that something that you do seasonally? Like, can we?
I will update. I do update it every season because I use it myself. So, when I'm updating, I'll kind of let you know when it's under construction and then when the new one is available for fall and winter. Yeah.
Awesome. And then I see a question in the chat. Do you update that monthly for the LTOs? And I can't see the chat now, but.
Okay, no, but there is a, okay, so when you go into Vizzlie, you have to edit kind of Vizzlie, you know, when you do it. There are posts for the warmer of the month and the scent of the month, but it has a party link in it that will make you change the name of it. And that will hopefully remind you to go change the graphic of it too. So the picture will change. And then there's a post for LTOs. And again, when you set up, it says to change it. So go
Perfect.
Change it to, you know, right now I think I have the summer collection picture, but go change it to the Father's Day collection picture. And it basically tells them to go to the link, click on collections to see what's new, or
Perfect.
specials to see what's new. Yep.
Love that, love that, love that. All right, and we'll head over to Carol. Carol, do you have any questions for Yvonne?
I don't. I was just trying to find, I'm on my phone, so I was trying to find the link for her group. People are asking where to get the files at. And so I was just trying to get that link.
Okay.
So I'll put it in the chat.
Earlier on. However, when we do the replay announcement, we'll make sure to have all the links, including Vizzlie and also the Facebook groups, which is called Samples, Stop, and Shop. So we'll definitely be sure to include that tonight.
Yes, but such a good job. Thanks, Yvonne. Or
Oh,
yeah,
sure,
is it
you're
Yvonne?
welcome. Yeah.
Yes. Well, I meant like everyone pronounces it differently. Yvonne or
And
Yvonne.
everybody,
So
my husband says Yvonne. I say Yvonne. I don't,
Yvonne.
whatever.
Okay.
I answered
Thank
anything.
you. Thank you for sharing your time with us tonight. We really,
Sure.
really appreciate it. And I love parties. People are partying, guys. You just have to ask. So keep asking.
Absolutely. And so actually, let me see, we had Kelly, we had Carol, Amber. Amber, do you have any questions for Yvonne?
Not so much a question, but a reminder. Tell us about your points.
Oh, yes. Thank you. I'm blonde and old, and that's just hard for me to remember those things. So party points are basically, well, here's the kicker too. They print out the party points page at the beginning. I remind them to in my private message to them. It's in the preloaded post that it's there to print it out. I also put it in the party pack, but they're keeping track of their party points throughout the thing. So they get certain points for doing certain things, like accepting my Facebook friend request, they get 20 points. For setting their notifications to all, they get points. They get points for doing the scavenger hunt that's in their party pack. They get a point for commenting on anything, points for placing an order, points for booking their own party, all these things, but they keep track of their own points. And then the last post of the party is a post that says, send me your points. And the thing that keeps this compliant, and it is compliant because I have checked with compliance, but it basically says the person with the most party points will be very happy. That's what it says. The person with the most party points will be very happy. And so I don't say any gift or what the gift's going to be, because I don't even know what the gift is sometimes. Sometimes it's just whatever I have over there to go out. I sent one out today, and I sent a mini fan diffuser and one pod. Or sometimes it might, in the winter, when it's not so hot, it might be a bar or 2 bars or a bar and I don't know, it can just be anything you have on hand. But that's what I do for my party points. It's just a way to keep them interactive
So Nicole,
at the party.
I love that. And it's kind of a challenge. And I love that they are keeping track of their own points as well. Nicole asked a good question. She was like, do you ever think that it's too much information, like information overload? Now you're the expert at this, so.
Yes. And I wouldn't say I'm the expert. I'll just say I'm doing what works for me, because it is a lot of posts. It's Monday through Friday. It's a post every hour. But I will tell you, if you don't want to do that many posts, where are you going? What are you going to cut out? Like, they're coming to my party. I want to tell them about everything. I don't want to not tell them about the kids line because I don't have time, or I don't want to not tell them about the fragrance mist because I don't have time. I want to tell them about everything. So the first day is wax and warmers, and the second day is diffusers and oils and fragrance flowers, I think. And the next day is pod products. So I break it out like that. Sure, you could condense it. You sure could, whatever works for you. But I've just found that this is what works for me, because I want to let them know about everything. And yeah, I don't
And how
really
much, I mean, on average, if you don't mind sharing, on an average month with your Vizzlie 7-day parties, what does your average PRV kind of look like?
My average PRV per month last year was $5,700.
Yeah. Yeah. And the reason why I'm asking that obviously is not to pry and be nosy, but you know, some people might judge and say, is it too much? Is it this? Is it that? And I love how you said, this is what works for me. But then I always look at numbers to kind of measure performance, to say, hey, if I'm not getting the numbers, then maybe we need to go back and revamp. But your numbers on average are showing that this works, which is why we wanted you to share this with us tonight. Donna Bodyfelt in Austin-ish, Texas, had a question. Donna, do you mind unmuting yourself, asking the question, and then you can go back on mute?
Hey, everyone. Thank you, Yvonne.
Sure.
I wanted to know if everyone who joins the party and responds to you gets a party pack.
Okay, that's a great question, because when I was revamping this, the people who were doing the party packs gave a limit of 10. They said, I'm going to send it to the first 10 people. And I started doing that. But what I felt was happening was people weren't asking for them because I think they thought it was too late, or they're like, oh, I don't think I'm gonna be the first 10. So they weren't even asking. I don't know if that's true, but what I will tell you is not everybody asks for a party pack, which I don't quite understand. I give them 20 points for requesting a party pack. I'm gonna send them free samples so they can smell the stuff, but not everybody asks for them. There's a Google form that they have to fill out to get the party pack. So I really encourage them to get one. Every time somebody gets a party pack in the post, I say, yay, Sue requested a free party pack. It's not too late to get yours. And I'll even tag the people who haven't requested one yet and put the link there to try to get more people to get them. Because I have found though, when they do get a party pack, they usually order. So you want to get them in their hands, but I will tell you, you're not going to be sending out 500 party packs because not
Right.
everybody requests one. And I do remember one time a lady said, I didn't request one because I knew I wasn't going to be able to purchase anything this time because so I think they almost think that it's a little like, if I do request one, I'm going to have to buy something. Maybe that's why they don't all request them. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah. Well, thank you. And again, everyone can kind of gauge that based on your finances. But I mean, it's definitely a great option to offer these party packs, and you can put whatever you want in the party pack. It can vary, right? Some might put a whole catalog, some might put a product list, but there's a lot of flexibility. As Yvonne said, you are the VIP of your business. One of the questions that kind of came in towards the tail end, I don't know if it was a question, but there was a couple of comments saying, I can't get anyone to book a party. Nobody wants to party. It's harder and harder to get parties booked. And my response back to that is, you're right. If you are speaking that no one wants to party, you're absolutely right. But then when I listen to Yvonne saying, I have so many people that are willing to party, well, she's right too. And her numbers are showing that. And for those that are saying, I can't get anyone to party, you're right. And your numbers are reflecting that. But the intent of this training is, if you really follow it from beginning to end, it's not, she didn't just go in to say, this is how you get someone to book a party. She gave us like a whole roadmap, even when the party ends, to say, this is what I do to get more parties from the current guests that are attending. So I want to encourage you all to definitely listen to the replay and take notes, because if you listen to retain and understand what's being presented tonight, you too can have fun with Vizzlie parties. You too can increase your PRV if this is your chosen method, by doing these 7-day parties. So you have to have an open mind, like Amber just said, and you have to, many of us are reading the book, Train Your Brain. You have to train your brain to speak what you want out of your business. Okay. Speak life into your business. And even if you have to say every day, if you're working another job and everyone wants to party, everyone wants to party, everyone wants to book parties, say that. And in time, in effort, you're going to see a difference. Yes, exactly, Isabel. That can be your mantra. So we're going to have another Dream Struck about training your brain. So Yvonne, to kind of piggyback on that, let's say you're closing a party and you want to book another one outside of the party. How would you approach someone, a customer or friend or family member, to book your next party for next week? What would you say to them?
Well, when you were just talking about that, something that just popped in my head was, you really need to think that everyone wants to book a party with you, and you need to think that it's fun and you love to help your hostesses earn free stuff. So I just closed 2 parties. One was $1,300. One was almost $400. And I'm going to go and let some people know that this girl just earned $186 in free product. Would you like to do that too? Or she wanted to earn the air purifier for half price, and she did. Would you want to earn a air purifier for half price? So using some of those samples, use a sample. You use somebody else's sample if you want to, right? Use my, somebody that she just had a party with just earned $180 in free product. Do you want to do that too? You got to know that what you're doing is fun for them and beneficial for them, and try to relay that to other people.
I love that. That's so creative. And even if you're closing your own party, like all of us consultants should have a collect all party going every single month. So as you're getting random orders, it's collecting. And when you close out that party, you should be doing exactly what Yvonne is saying, sharing, which is in compliance, how you use your free product credit. What did you get? What did you get with your half off? And then as you're sharing that, look at what I got. It's such a perk to be a consultant. Would you like, to get things half off and free too? Now, another thing is, obviously, we're experiencing inflation. And I think one of my STAR directors today received a text back from another consultant saying, people aren't rich, they can't, spend all this money on Scentsy. And that's why we offer this alternative. You can host a party, and if you want these amazing products, then you can earn it free and half off. So you can close that and say, right, nobody's rich, and just walk away, or you can give them the alternative. You can be the answer to their problem. The problem is, yes, we're experiencing inflation. The answer is you can get it free. It doesn't get any better than free, right? Okay, I want to toss it back over to Kelly. Have you seen any other questions, or do you have any else that have arisen? We might end early tonight, which is great.
One of the ones I was just sitting here thinking about was when you're doing the party packs, because I do party packs, have you found a cheap and efficient way to get them at the lowest possible price? And if you do, what goes in them? Because I've done certain things for like teammates and stuff where I keep it like a 70-cent stamp, which would be ideal. And I've seen people use stickers for samples, but do you just use felt samples? Do you use a bigger sample? Are you using like Scentsy fresh samples or counter, are you doing stuff like that? If you could give us an example or examples of different sizes or styles or different things that you've tried that work.
Sure. And I haven't really tried to find something cheaper. I know I could do it cheaper if I wanted to. This is my party pack. And it costs just usually under $4 to send each one. So it is an expense, but it's the way I like it. I like a catalog, but you could do a product sheet. I do a catalog and I put about 20 rub and smell stickers in there. So there's lots of stickers in there for them to smell. I'll just open it so you can kind of get a visual, but there's not really that much in there. So it's this, and this is important too. This little sticker on the front that says, look in here for these stickers, because if you don't have that there, they might miss stickers inside. So there's that. There's Christina Steinbrook's cute little things, scavenger hunt and that. And it's just a pre-made washer whiff sample usually it's a body sample. I ran out, so I did a pet. A magnet business card, because I don't want them to throw it away. I want them to put on the refrigerator. Smarties with a little thing that says be a Smartie book party. I just throw that in there from Dollar Tree, some confetti and a little thing. Obviously there's cheaper ways you can do it, but that's the way I like to do mine.
Do you mail them just like that, or do you put them in like a bubble mailer?
No, just like that. Okay. And I use Pirate Ship. So I do get discounted shipping with Pirate Ship, and there's information on that over in my sample Stop and Shop group in the Let's Party post to sign up for Pirate Ship. Yeah.
But see, even in that, you just shared another way of another system on how you're planting the seed to book parties. That Smartie pack, which I love Smarties. If y'all like Smarties, put it in the comments, a heart. But you're planting the seed as soon as they get that party pack. Just say, yes, you can browse and you can, find some things that you want, but you can also be smart and book a party. So there's all these different avenues that she's making these plugs about partying. And so for some that may not be booking parties, look at the plethora of ideas, the creative ideas, the inexpensive ideas, that you could begin to implement. The whole purpose of this training is to learn something new and then see what fits you. So Carol, did you happen to see any other questions that came through in the chat?
There was one I saw, I'm not really watching the chat, so thank you guys for watching it, but how do you seal it? And it's just it's like a Ziploc. And it's sealed good. It's not going nowhere.
Oh, good.
Yep, that was the only one that was there. So Yvonne's on it.
Excellent. I know earlier, way back, someone asked, where do you post on your VIP customer group, or do you do it on your timeline? Where do you mostly post to kind of engage with your audience?
To engage with my to book.
But so, for example, if you are sharing and saying, Susan just earned all of these rewards, wouldn't you like to? Would you be more inclined to post that in your VIP group or on your timeline or both?
I sprinkle it everywhere. I just like to sprinkle, like, sometimes a VIP, sometimes my timeline, sometimes my business page. I don't know, just kind of sometimes the Facebook reel or story.
You're my person. I'm so glad that that was your answer. What do you say to your team members that say, I don't want to post on my timeline, or, they might make a post saying, I don't like to put my business stuff on my timeline, but I'm going to announce that we have this, clearance sale going on. What do you say to that?
You are missing out. You're totally missing out. I tried to do that because I know Facebook doesn't like you to do that. So I really tried to get over into my VIP group, but man, the results just weren't there. You don't know what Facebook is gonna show people. And if you think you're posting too much on Facebook in your timeline, half the people aren't seeing half the things anyways. So if you say, oh, I'm just going to post once every 3 days or something, well, what if that person doesn't see that one post that you posted once every 3 days because the algorithm didn't pop it up in their newsfeed? Then they're not seeing something from you for a week or something. So you need to be posting there. You just
Yeah, I agree. I feel like if you have 100 people in your VIP group, then that's as far as your reach is ever going to get. And if you have 1,000 friends or 2,000, you never know who's going to be on when, who's going to miss, who's going to catch. So it really, you don't want to limit yourself is basically the answer to that. So I love that you sprinkle your joy around. Okay, Amber, do you have anything else to add? I believe that you are in the Sample Stop and Shop group, correct?
Girl, yes. That is where I've gotten probably 99% of my posts. So I want to say thank you for that group. And I want to tell everyone who's not in it to go get in it and just take advantage of all of those resources because they're incredible. And I didn't even know about the files. Yvonne, I didn't even know about the files. And so like my mind is over here being blown tonight.
they're hiding in there.
I don't have any more questions. I'm sorry if we're getting feedback. I hope that's not me. I don't really have any more questions, but I wanted to tell you, you blew my mind with the every other Monday thing. Is that what you said? That you start parties every other Monday?
Oh,
not
yeah.
every Monday?
Can I say something super fast before? I'm so glad you said that, because here's the little kicker though. Do not do a Facebook party on the last month of the week or the last week of the month. Man, I messed my words up so much. The last week of the month. I don't do Facebook parties then because guess what? I can't flip my hostess. I mean, I can flip her, but you have to close. You can only flip personal website orders that are in the same month that the party closes. So don't ever do one on that last week if the end of the month falls there. So adjust it accordingly on that week. And then go ahead, Amber, sorry.
Yeah, no, that's so smart because we're already kind of swamped with the end of the month, first of the month at that time anyway. So that's another little like, oh, I can catch my breath because I'm over here trying to start parties every single Monday and constantly fighting burnout. So you changed my life with that. But I also wanted to see if you could share, because there was a question that came up in the chat and I answered it, but if you could verbally share, that would help more people about flipping online PRV, because there was someone who's on tonight that was, she didn't know that we can flip online PRV. So can you talk about that real quick?
Definitely, yes. So when in my Facebook parties, most all of the parties are website orders, except that last order that the hostess puts in to get her free product and half price items. So when I hit that button to flip, it basically says 0 PRV will be flipped. And you're like, wait a second. Well, that's because really 0 PRV is going to be flipped when you push that button, but you have to call consultant support the next day and tell them you want to flip the personal website orders over to your new consultant. And it's a manual process, and sometimes it takes 1 to 3 days, but they'll do it. And then it flips over. They basically take the PRV away from you and add it to your new consultant. So your numbers are going to go down, but that's okay because your consultant numbers are going to go up. The other thing, keep in mind that if end of the month lands during the weekend and you're thinking, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Is this going to work? It still works. What I do, if it's like a Saturday when I'm closing the party and Saturday is the last day of the month, I will flip the party. I'll close it. I'll immediately go to consultant chat and put in a support ticket saying that I want to flip the personal website orders. And because you closed it in the same month as the personal website orders, they'll be able to do that. And then I get a little anal and I call Monday morning and make sure they got that and that they're taking care of it. So, but that will work too.
That is excellent. So in summary, this is one of the many reasons why you are a top 75 incentive earner. You definitely have the PRV that's flowing in regularly every single month. You've created a system. It is simplistic. I'm sure creating the Vizzlie code wasn't simple, but once you did that, it created a simple system. And then through that, you're able to find you're able to be introduced. The party host is introducing you, bringing you new people. So when I hear nobody wants to party, yeah, the same people may not want to party. And that's why you want to find your next host, even if it's starting your own party, to start with, and then coming up with these creative ideas to book another party from a party. And that's why we have the perpetual reward. So you're hitting both. You're hitting the PRV, and then you're also, building your team throughout the month, every single month. And you're also finding a balance where you can rest. Like you said, the last week of the month, we're not partying, which is great. So anyone that's out there, you might say, well, I've done parties, they don't work. You haven't done a simple stop and shop party yet. All right, so let's train our brains to speak positively, to empower ourselves, to know that, yes, people do want to party. When we make the blanket statement that everyone doesn't, that's not true, because everyone's flocking over to Yvonne and many others. So the same thing can happen for us. I am going to be so excited to see many of our team members posting on our respective team pages that they've tried this, 7-day party. Not even tried it, but they've worked it. I don't like the word try. I'm trying not to use that, but they worked it, and see what the results are. You might be surprised. So if you find that you're stuck in your business, this is definitely something new to do. Also, again, we talk about inflation. So some people say, well, no one wants to buy because gas prices are high. Yvonne just told us that she closed a $1,300 party, you guys, and a $400 party. That's almost 2,000 PRV in 7 days. So people still want to shop. People still want to have scent memories and have, the things that they have been accustomed to. They might cut back a little bit, but we do have a clearance event that's happening this Thursday as well. If you don't know about that, check your workstation. So, all right, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. It's 7:55 p.m. at the top of the hour Central Time. Is there any other panelists that have anything else to say in closing to our guest speaker?
Just thank you. Thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Very empowering.
You're welcome.
Yes, we really appreciate you. And, your team members spoke very highly. I know that they were also on watching the training tonight. But this is one thing I love about Sensi, and it's the generosity. You could keep this to yourself and say, I don't want to share it. But you're so generous even to, run that group and to give all this information and your hard work over to the rest of us. So thank you for what you do. You're amazing. And we all wish you the best success. And if we can pay it forward and speak with your team, just reach out and we'll be glad to return the favor. So thank you so much, Yvonne.
Thank you. Have a great night, everybody.
You're welcome. Good night, everyone.